What I really want to do is be a representative of my race, of the human race. I have a chance to show how kind we can be, how intelligent and generous we can be. I have a chance to teach and to love and to laugh. And I know that when I finish doing what I'm sent here to do, I will be called home. And I will go home without any fear, trepidation, some, wondering what's going to happen.
And what advice would you have to give this generation?
Tell the truth.
Brenda Euland once said, "Everybody is talented because everybody who is human has something to express." Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, judges, contestants, and the revered old gold and black men from the 940th house, the Upsilon Sigma chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. My name is Savannah Emily Niarchos, your contestant number 1. Hailing from Miami, Florida, I am a sophomore pursuing a major in music with aspirations of working in the music industry. Currently, I serve as the treasurer for the Minority Association of Pre-Medical Students, am a member of the BSA and University Choir, and am the stroll master for your 2020 Strolegen Alpha Champions, Frozen Dynasty. Now, think of someone who encourages you to do your best. Without them, would you have gotten as far as you have? For many foster children, untapped potential is constantly lost because of a lack of support in their environment. And as a woman from the foster care system, I am determined to change that. Using my platform, I will guide and educate foster kids about the potential they hold within. Potential means nothing if you don't do anything with it. So please, let me, Savannah Emily Niarchos, your captivating contestant number 1, show you mine. Thank you.
Black is beauty, strength, security, and resilience. It's the love and the pain of the bold that we hold. Gold is illumination, courage, compassion and wisdom. It's the magic that you find despite all things tragic. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, judges, contestants, and the fierce, bold, ice-cold brothers of the Upsilon Sigma chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. I am Cartusia Pierre, your contestant number 2. I am a junior majoring in exercise science with aspirations of becoming a physical therapist. On campus, I am the president of the STEP team, a step above perfection, as well as the Miss CSA 2019 Queen, representing my homeland, the majestic island of Haiti. Being here today could not be possible without the help of an inspiration, my mother, a Black woman who taught me to be comfortable in my own skin. To be Black is to be beautiful, to be me, no matter what label society has placed on me, which is why if crowned Miss Black and Gold, I will embolden that way of thought, starting on this campus. And with this platform, I will bring awareness to men and women who struggle with self-love. So, sit back, relax, and let me, Cartusia Pierre, your contestant number 2, show you what it means to be a queen. Thank you.
Be the change you wish to see in the world, whether it be working the runway, twirling on the dance floor, or leading children to success. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, distinguished judges, and the eminent and prestigious men of the Upsilon Sigma chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. I am Reagan Mackenzie Hatcher, contestant number 3, a proud native of Jacksonville, Florida. I'm a sophomore here at Florida Gulf Coast University, majoring in psychology, and I'm determined to leave a positive mark on my community by highlighting and fostering the connection between success and etiquette amongst young women. I'm a part of many organizations here on campus, and one I am especially passionate about is Impact Modeling Troupe. This is because we leave an impact on the stage as well as in people's hearts. With the Miss Black and Gold platform, I plan on leaving an impact on young women to get active and involved by partnering with counseling and psychological services to do workshops on self-actualization. I recognize the need for young women to feel empowered to rise, reach their fullest potential, and to not let patriarchy intimidate them. As a goal-oriented young woman, I will become a psychiatrist, and you will remember my name. Reagan Mackenzie Hatcher, your amiable contestant number 3. And I encourage you to enjoy the show because you are definitely in for a treat. Thank you.
Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, my beautiful contestants, renowned judges, and the ice-cold brothers of the Upsilon Sigma chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Guided by the wisdom of my ancestors and hailing from not only a country of rich agriculture, Colombia, but the country of poets, Chile. My name is Denise Lobos, and I am your contestant number 4. I was born in Miami, Florida, where I grew up around a multitude of cultures, and it is because of this that I'm proud to say I am the 2021 president of the Multicultural Greek Council and vice president of the aspiring Alpha Sigma chapter of Hermandad de Sigma Iota Alpha Incorporada. I also previously served as a Frashmash peer mentor and currently a student assistant at the Multicultural and Leadership Development Center. I'm 21 years old and a junior majoring in social work with aspirations of becoming a child welfare social worker. Throughout the course of my time in college, I have made it my mission and goal to advocate and fight against social injustices. If I had the honor to be crowned your next Miss Black and Gold, I will continue to strive every day to bridge the gap between my Latinx community and the Black community by bringing awareness to different issues and implementing solutions so our bond can grow stronger. Although my path starts at FGCU, it does not end here. Once again, I am Denise Lobos, your fierce contestant number 4. El poder de la gente es más fuerte que la gente en poder. The power of the people is stronger than the people in power. Thank you.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you all for tuning in for our fourth staging of Miss Black and Gold on behalf of the Upsilon Sigma chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Despite the circumstances that we're currently living in, we want to thank everybody for tuning in virtually. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our next segment. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself. So my name is Austin Justice Earl. I'm currently a proud brother of the Upsilon Sigma chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, and I serve as this year's pageant chair. Alpha men believe firmly in standing behind all women and supporting in all endeavors to achieve success. The Miss Black and Gold Scholarship Pageant itself is a nationally endorsed program of the fraternity to not only award a young lady with a scholarship, but to also allow them to showcase their talent and powerful intellectual capabilities. With that being said, please relax, sit tight, hold on to your seats. You're about to enjoy a wonderful night of beauty, originality, and the essence of womanhood. And now to get things started, we have the first category of tonight's show, the lifestyle segment.
Summertime, you took this heart of mine. You'll be my Valentine in the summer, in the summer. You are my only one, just dancing, having fun. Out in the shining sun of the summer, of the summer. Do love me, do love me, do. Do love me, do love me, do. I love you. Do love me, do love me, do. Do love me, do love me, do. But no one else but you. Do love me, do love me, do. Do love me, do love me, do. I need you. Do love me, do love me, do. Do love me, do love me, do. Oh. Do love me, do love me, do. Do love me, do love me, do. I love you. Do love me, do love me, do. Do love me, do. But no one else but you. Do love me, do love me, do. Oh. Do love me, do. I need you.
One way. Qui j'en zot fait, m'pas qu'à comprendre, zot qu'à vivre comme si pas ni problème. Pourtant zot savent, la vie la reine, qui j'en zot fait, pour pesa kembe. Souk là c'est ça le médicament nous ni. Souk là c'est ça le médicament nous ni. M'pas te connaître, c'est que la ça, en moins plan là, moins pesa te prendre. Dans mes plans là, m'poko saisi, si jamais je m'en tombé malade. Souk là c'est ça le médicament nous ni. 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 Si c'est ça même on nous souke, on nous aille. Mi comme ça, mi comme ça, mi comme ça, mi comme ça, comme ça, comme ça, comme ça, comme ça, comme ça.
J'aurais supporté les larmes qui me traversent le corps et qui font couler mes larmes. J'aurais supporté les balles, dissocier le bien du mal, les yeux recouverts d'un voile. Mais j'ai su voir dans ton âme, j'y ai vu de nombreuses vagues et des plantes qui se fanent. Donc j'ai dû briser le vase qui contenait ton esprit. Ya Habibi, tu es tombé comme la pluie. T'as déboulé dans ma petite vie, dans ma ville comme un ovni. Puis t'es parti comme le jour qui laisse place à la nuit. Et quand t'es parti, ton absence a laissé place à l'ennui.
هقول لك كلمة واحدة أبرك من كلام كتير. ما بعرفش أكون رومانسي لكن عليكي بغير. مش بثبت لك إني جامد ولا عايز أبان تقيل. أنا بناديكي يا حبيبي، بناديكي تعالي لي، بناديكي أنا هنا، بناديكي تعالي لي، بناديكي يا حبيبي، بناديكي أنا هنا، بناديكي يا حبيبي، بناديكي يا حبيبي.
Ya Habibi, tu es tombé comme la pluie. T'as déboulé dans ma petite vie, dans ma ville comme un ovni. Puis t'es parti comme le jour qui laisse place à la nuit.
عارف انها هترجع تاني بمزاجها. حبيبي يا حبيبي يا حبيبي يا حبيبي حبيبي يا حبيبي يا حبيبي يا حبيبي.
J'aurais supporté les larmes qui me traversent le corps et qui font couler mes larmes. J'aurais supporté les larmes.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. So far we've watched the opening fanfare. We just finished off our lifestyle segment. We took a couple tricks, couple minute, 2-minute trips to, Hawaii. We went to Haiti. Then we went to Bollywood, and then we finished off in Colombia. But now we back to our regular programming. So we've been seeing y'all comments talking about pizza, French fries. So, if y'all want to bless the chapter, we will definitely appreciate that because it definitely has been a long day. So moving forward, before we get things started with our next segment, I'm going to talk about some of the categories that the contestants will be judged on today. So for this pageant, these 4 beautiful contestants will be evaluated on 7 different categories, totaling 145 points, 2 of which they have already been completed. The guidelines for this pageant are the following. The pre-pageant interview included a maximum of 25 points. Our panel looked for perception, a sense of values, clarity of expression, and ability in human relations during a 10-minute interview with each contestant. Each contestant could garner a maximum of 40 points in the scholarship category based on their academic achievements within their semester GPA as well as their cumulative GPA. The remaining categories include the opening fanfare and introductions, lifestyle wear competition, creative and performing arts, or the talent competition, and the evening gown and impromptu questions. Our judges analyzed the contestants' poise, speaking ability, projection, enunciation, and self-confidence during the opening fanfare and introductions, and could be awarded up to 10 points. Our contestants may be awarded a maximum of 10 points for the lifestyle wear competition for an overall evaluation of confidence, posture, and self-awareness. The creative and performing arts or talent competition includes a maximum of 30 points. The scoring is based on originality, technical ability, and appropriateness of selection, costume, and the judge's overall impression. And last but certainly not least, we'll be going into the evening wear and impromptu question competition with a combined maximum total of 30 valuable points. The contestants will be asked to respond to questions on current events or issues of national concern. The scoring in this category is based on the contestant's appearance, grace, poise, posture, ability to convey their position with clarity, self-confidence, and clarity of speech. And now to get things rolling again, our second category for tonight, we'll be having the creative and performing arts competition to show our appreciation for all of their hard work and dedication. Please show them the utmost respect for the young ladies going into this segment.
Talk to you, let me buy you a drink. I'm T-Pain, you know me. Cotton Pink music, let me ball.
icon living. Start a record label, Misfits just did it. Nylon cup for 5 minutes. Whoa, we are too hot in the business. About to make a movie independent. Need new trucks independent. I need you to listen to the vision. All your verses sound like dirty dishes. I'm about to clean them in the kitchen. And we making money by the minute. I'm about to do it way different. I am just an icon living. I am just an icon living. Icon living. I am just an icon living. I am just an icon. I am not a Mayan, I'm a menace. It's wild, you can lie like a professor. I don't got the time to put you on a stretcher. I am here and I'm still flexing. I am just an icon living. Start a record label, Misfits just did it. Whoa, I'm high star, cover 5 minutes. Whoa, we are so hot in the business.
Yeah. Hey. She say, do you love me? I tell her only partly. I only love my bed and my mom, I'm sorry. 50 dub, I even got it tatted on me. 81, they'll bring the crashes to the party. And you know me, turn the 02 into the 03, dog. Without 40 Ollie, there be no me. Imagine if I never met the broskies. God's plan, God's plan. I can't do this on my own. Hey, no, hey. Someone watching it close. Yep, close.
So deep in your eyes, I touch on you more and more every time. When you leave, I'm begging you not to go. Call your name 2-3 times in a row. Such a funny thing for me to try to explain. How I'm feeling and my pride is the one to blame. Yeah, I still don't understand just how you look at doing no one else can. Crazy right now, your love's got me looking so crazy right now. Got me looking so crazy right now. Your touch got me looking so crazy right now. Got me hoping you page me right now. Got me hoping you save me right now. Looking so crazy, your love got me looking so.
Drop it.
Goddamn.
Uy, tú sí eres hija de Fanny. Wow, you're really Fanny's daughter. This was a statement commonly said to me by my family members whenever I spoke too fiercely, voiced my opinions too intensely, or simply rebelled. It wasn't common for the women in my culture to challenge the conventional, to question why things were the way they were. Wow, you're really Fanny's daughter. I used to become upset that this was supposed to be an insult. Why was it so bad that I carried traits of a strong, fierce woman? As I got older and my voice got louder, it was, wow, you're really Fanny's daughter. And yes, I really am. De la sierra morena, cielito lindo, viene bajando un par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo, de contrabando. Ese luna que tiene cielito lindo junto a tu boca, no se lo des a nadie, cielito lindo que a mí me toca. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegra, cielito lindo, los corazones. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegra, cielito lindo, los corazones.
Ese lunar que tiene cielito lindo junto a tu boca.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank everybody for currently tuning in. Now we'll be moving into our evening gown segment. But before we do that, we want to specially recognize some of the judges, all of the judges that are currently here with us today that has sacrificed their time, their Saturday. We all enjoy our Saturdays, but they took this moment to judge. So starting off first with our brother, Travell Oaks. Next, we have our lovely Miss Suzelle Ramos. And last but not certainly least, she comes from MOD. Everybody loves her. She gives us a great personality every time you walk into her office, Miss Mama Day Day Hudson. So thank you for everybody that has currently been tuning in, streaming the live comments. We want to thank everybody that's currently supporting the contestants as they continue on throughout every category. So now we'll be moving into our evening gown segment. And coming to the stage, our first contestant, Savannah Emily Nyarkos, a sophomore. Her hobbies include dancing, painting, singing, cooking, and watching anime. 3 words that describe Savannah is optimistic, persevering, and goofy. Her proudest moment was playing a main character and performing the solo confidently in her first musical. Favorite people in history that she admires is her grandmother, Maya Angelou, and Trevor Noah. Some of her activities and involvement include being a part of the Positive Behavior and Intervention Supports Committee, show choir, lip sync competition, quiz team, Stroll Like an Alpha, Jill Mallory Studio of Dance for 10 years, and volunteer services within Ohio, South Carolina, Alabama, and Florida. After college, she wants to pursue an opportunity to work with and make music with different musicians. Ladies and gentlemen, your contestant number 1, Savannah Niarchos.
If nothing else is true, you know I'll follow you. You know I'll follow you. It's a mystery to me how this keeps happening, and like a leaf falling from the tree, you're right there, right there, right there to catch me. Oh, what a ride it's been with you and I. And if this is a sign,
Next, we have our contestant number 2, Cartusia Pierre, currently a junior. Hobbies include spending a lot of time reading and working in the library. She enjoys cloud watching and looking at the stars. She loves to sing and dance, but specifically karaoke. Her favorite movie is Prisoners of Azkaban. Favorite book is If We Were Liars. And a favorite quote that we must accept finite disappointment, but we must never lose infinite hope by Martin Luther King Jr. 3 words that would describe Cartusia Pierre is being energetic, considerate, and hardworking. Her proudest moment is being able to represent and showcase her country. Favorite people in history is Harriet Tubman and Jordan Anderson. After graduating from Florida Gulf Coast University, she plans on furthering her studies and entering the DPT program at either Texas State University or here at FGCU. She believes this will help fulfill her goal of becoming a physical therapist and doing something that she is very passionate about. Ladies and gentlemen, your contestant number 2, Cartusia Pierre.
let's forget the world even exists, 'cause nothing compares to this. The flowers will be blooming, the leaves will be turning, and snow will be falling while we're making love, and the sun will be shining. The flowers still are blooming, the leaves will turn again, but time will be frozen for us. Time will be frozen for us.
And our next contestant, number 3, Reagan Hatcher, currently a sophomore. Her hobbies include reading fiction books, playing video games, visiting friends, and listening to music. Her favorite books are Fahrenheit 451 and The Giver. Her most cherished position is being a part of Impact Modeling Troupe because it gave her the ability to express herself on the stage. When asked what are the 3 words that describe yourself, she said being funny, outgoing, and sympathetic. Her proudest moment is when she decided to go to the store and buy a lot of fruit in order to give out to the homeless around the Jacksonville downtown area.
I'm happy when you leave.
Her favorite people in history are Rosa Parks and Harriet Tubman. After college, she plans to go to medical school to become a child psychiatrist focused on mental disorders and then traveling the world to help different countries and gain more knowledge about other cultures. Ladies and gentlemen, your contestant number 3, Reagan Hatcher.
This is my destiny, lying here with me, giving the best of me. Can't you see? I got more love to share. Maybe we should stay right here in the same space. Look for different results in the same space. How we gonna look for different results in the same space? Oh, how if we're in the same space? Despite our love's detour, I wanted you for me. I grew with your love. Who knew what it would be? Oh, let's bring back the day. Let's bring back the day when I weren't afraid.
And our last contestant coming to the stage, Denise Lobos, our contestant number 4, a current junior. Her hobbies include learning about cosmetology and makeup, singing, journaling, playing basketball, gardening with her mother, and learning new languages. When asked what is your most cherished position, she said being the president of the Multicultural Greek Council because it gave her the opportunity of being a leader to many bright and intellectual peers of hers and to empower them to become great leaders while also valuing and learning about their cultures. When asked what are 3 words that describe you, she said being empathetic, resilient, and daring. Her proudest moment was coming out of her shell and participating in this year's Miss Black and Gold because it took her out of her comfort zone and taught her how to cherish herself and love herself. Her favorite athlete is Tyra Cox on the current FGCU women's basketball team. After college, she plans on moving outside of Florida, becoming a child welfare social worker and a school social worker. She would also like to travel and visit famous architecture around the world. And most importantly, she wants to be successful so she can financially support her mother and help her retire so she can live comfortably. Ladies and gentlemen, your contestant number 4, Denise Lobos.
I be like, baby, why you so fine? Got to make you mine. So hard to find. Baby, like, oh, how'd you do the thing? The way that you do it, and she ain't even show nothing. She be walking around so confident, so heaven sent, I think.
And now for the final portion of tonight's competition, the intellectual expression component. Once again, to show our appreciation for all of their hard work and dedication, please show the utmost respect for these young ladies. Thank you again. You ready for your question?
Yes.
All right. In a 2011 article, researchers focused on the topic of the way female athletes were portrayed as a masculine and homosexual, being that beauty or physical allure seemed to be a potential reason that female athletes do not receive the same level of support as male athletes. In every sports league, there is an individual appointed to regulate said particular sport. If you were a league's commissioner, how would you go about correcting the narrative?
May you repeat that question, please?
Yes. In a 2011 article, researchers focused on the topic of the way female athletes were portrayed as a masculine and homosexual. Being that beauty or physical allure seemed to be a potential reason that female athletes do not receive the same level of support as male athletes, in every sport league, there is an individual appointed to regulate said particular sport. If you were a league commissioner, how would you go about correcting the narrative?
Thank you for that question. If I was a league commissioner, the first thing I would do is squash that mentality that just because a woman has muscle, just because a woman carries more mass than the dainty feminine, does not mean that she is too masculine or a homosexual, because you cannot define a homosexual based on their looks. It has nothing to do with their looks. So that is the first thing I would do.
Thank you. Contestant number 1, Savannah Emily Nayarkos. And next, coming to the stage, we have our contestant number 2, Cartusia Pierre. Ready?
Yes.
In a 2011 article, researchers focused on the topic of the way female athletes were portrayed as masculine and homosexual. Being that beauty or physical allure seemed to be a potential reason that female athletes do not receive the same level of support as male athletes. In every sports league, there is an individual appointed to regulate said particular sport. If you were a league's commissioner, how would you go about correcting the narrative?
Could you repeat that question?
Yes. In a 2011 article, researchers focused on the topic of the way female athletes were portrayed as masculine and homosexual. Being that beauty or physical allure seemed to be a potential reason that female athletes do not receive the same level of support as male athletes. In every sport league, there is an individual appointed to regulate said particular sport. If you were a league's commissioner, how would you go about correcting the narrative?
Thank you for that question. I believe that in the society that we live in today, we tend to believe that women are not capable or that they are not equal as men. But I think the best thing for us to do is to talk about it. Let people know that this is an issue in our society and this is something that we need to fix and correct. So that is what I would do. Thank you.
Thank you. Contestant number 2, Cartusia Pierre. And next, we have our contestant number 3 coming to the stage, Reagan Hatcher. Ready? Yes. Okay. In a 2011 article, researchers focused on the topic of the way female athletes were portrayed as masculine and homosexual. Being that beauty or physical allure seemed to be a potential reason that female athletes do not receive the same level of support as male athletes. In every sports league, there is an individual appointed to regulate said particular sport. If you were a league's commissioner, how would you go about correcting the narrative?
Can you please repeat the question?
Yes. In a 2011 article, researchers focused on the topic of the way female athletes were portrayed as masculine and homosexual. Being that beauty or physical allure seemed to be a potential reason that female athletes do not receive the same level of support as male athletes. In every sports league, there is an individual appointed to regulate said particular sport. If you were a league's commissioner, how would you go about correcting the narrative?
Thank you for that question. Referencing to my platform of women empowerment, I would encourage women to not think about what people think about them because they're here to have fun and play their sport. I would also encourage men to help encourage women because the more men that encourage women, the better that women empowerment will be. Thank you.
Thank you. Your contestant number 3, Reagan Hatcher. And last, we have our contestant number 4 coming to the stage, Denise Lobos. Ready?
Yes.
In 2011, article researchers focused on the topic of the way female athletes were portrayed as masculine and homosexual, being that beauty or physical allure seemed to be a potential reason that female athletes do not receive the same level of support as male athletes. In every sports league, there is an individual appointed to regulate said particular sport. If you were a league's commissioner, how would you go about correcting the narrative?
Thank you for that question. I think before anything, it is important to educate these women because we educate to empower. When we empower these women to challenge the narrative, then we're able to make change. Thank you.
Contestant number 4, Denise Lobos. All right, we want to thank everybody that has been tuning in thus far. We're getting to the conclusion of tonight's pageant, but before we get to the coronation, I'd like to thank everybody for joining us tonight. We hope that you all were thrilled by tonight's performances and the wonderful gifts of each of these beautiful young ladies. Also, a very special thank you to the loved ones and friends who are here to see these young ladies compete tonight. They couldn't have done it without all of your love and support, so we thank you. One person who is also worthy of recognition is our most recent queen, Candace Grant. She has been an invaluable asset and a priceless gem for our chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, please let her feel welcome as she comes to the stage to give us her final walk as Miss Black and Gold.
As the reigning Miss Black and Gold, I have gained a lot from this experience. The opportunity to become a student leader and represent the Upsilon Sigma chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated has been extremely important to me. The brothers of the fraternity have been mentors, a helping hand, and role models to me and numerous students on campus. Through this platform, I've been able to bring awareness to missing and exploited children, Black children, across the nation and partake in advocacy in the form of protests alongside the Miss Black and Gold Court. I was blessed to have been able to mentor these beautiful, vivacious, intelligent contestants, and I am truly proud to be crowning the next queen.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was our Miss Black and Gold for the 2019-2021 academic year. So bear with us as we move into our next segment, the last segment, which is the coronation of tonight's lovely pageant. Can we give another round of applause for our contestants for the Miss Black and Gold 2021? Before we move into tonight's coronation, I just want to recognize a few people that have been a part of this process, this journey, this experience. It'll be wrong of me if I didn't, have this moment to have this speech. So first, I want to thank my advisor. He has been somebody that I can look up to. In any moment that I needed to confide in somebody, he was always there. To my LBs, my NEOs, my Prophytes, my Dean, I truly love y'all. Y'all have been the true essence of brotherhood. Whenever I felt like I was down, y'all were there to pick me up. Whenever I was at my lowest, y'all were there to just uplift me and know that everything's gonna be okay. To my mom, if you're still currently watching the live, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. You my ace boom coon. Anytime that I need somebody to talk to, you always there. It can be 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 5 in the morning. You're gonna pick up the phone. So thank you for always being there when I needed to talk to somebody, even though if you didn't understand what I was talking about. You was there to be a listening ear. To the pageant moms, thank you, thank you, thank you. It wasn't easy. I feel like throughout this entire process, I was the one that was spoiling them. It was hard for me to give that, criticism to where I had to make sure that they developed. But the pageant moms, they was the bad cops. So I was like, I appreciate y'all because I don't have the personality to do it. So I thank y'all, but I'm just truly, truly appreciative to see y'all growth, to see where you started in 2019, and to see that you're guiding the next ladies to take on this next court. So thank you again, and y'all truly have a special place in my heart. To my contestants, my lovely contestants, Miss Black and Gold 2021 court. They also call me the pageant dad. To my daughters, I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna hold it in. But Jesus, this experience has been nothing but true growth for me. And to see that y'all were there in my corner whenever I was down, I thought I was the person that had to stand up for y'all. But it was crazy to see how the roles switched at moments. And I truly, truly adore y'all. And I can't wait to see what y'all do following after this pageant, because I know y'all have so many things that y'all are willing to do and to change the narrative here at FGCU, knowing so many things that's been occurring within social issues on campus and within the community. So I know that y'all got great things coming, and I'm just waiting to see that happen and come to fruition. The tears was coming. I was breaking down a little bit. I felt it in my heart. I said, let me stop. All right, so y'all ready to see the awards? Y'all ready for who's gonna be our next Miss Black and Gold? We know it's been a long night, but we wanna thank everybody that's currently here in person, everybody that's currently tuning in virtually. Again, we wanna thank you for supporting us throughout this journey. So, to get things started, we're gonna start with our most improved for the 2021 Miss Black and Gold Scholarship Pageant. So can we get a drum roll right quick? Most improved for the 2021 Miss Black and Gold Scholarship Pageant goes to Denise Lobos. Next, we have our best talent. 2021 Miss Black and Gold Scholarship Pageant. Can I get a drum roll, please? Your contestant number 3, Reagan Hatcher. Next, we're moving into our Miss Congeniality. So for those that do not know what our Miss Congeniality is, that is someone that was voted within the court, someone that was inspirational, someone that was there to help them, to motivate them, to uplift them, and was the true essence of empowerment, to make sure that whenever they felt like they couldn't get through whatever they were going through in practice, that they were there to just have that sense of personality, to bring joy into the room. So for our Miss Congeniality for the 2021 Miss Black and Gold Scholarship Pageant. That goes to none other than contestant number 1, Savannah Emily Niarchos. Can we give her another round? Yeah. All righty. We're going to our second runners-up of tonight's Miss Black and Gold pageant. That goes to none other than contestant number 2, Cartusia Pierre. Our Miss Black, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we get into the final countdown. Moving into our first runners-up. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get a drum roll right quick? Let's get a drum roll. Your contestant number 3, Reagan McKenzie Hatcher. Alrighty, brothers, after we title our Miss Black and Gold for tonight, I ask that everybody come to the front so we can go into our national hymn. So, last but not least, our Miss Black and Gold for the 2021 Scholarship Pageant. Y'all ready? None other than, who y'all thought won? Maybe stop playing. Contestant number 4, Denise Logan. All right, can I get all the brothers to the front, please, as we go into our national hymn?
worship and love for all mankind are the aims of our dear fraternity. Alpha Phi Alpha, the pride of our hearts, and loved by us dearly art thou. We cherish thy precepts, thy banner shall be raised. To thy glory, thy honor and renown. College days swiftly past, imbued with memories fond, and the recollection slowly fades away. Our renown, and dear fraternal bond, may they ever abide and with us stay. Alpha Phi Alpha, the pride of our hearts, and loved by us dearly art thou. We cherish thy precepts, thy banner shall be raised. To thy glory, thy honor and renown. O Lord, may the true spirit of fraternity rule our hearts, guide our thoughts, and control our lives, so that we may become through thee servants of all. Amen.